Growing up in 2002 Toronto, 13-year-old Mei Lee has always lived by the code honor your family, especially when working at a temple that worships an ancestor known as the Guardian of the Red Pandas. However, when Mei's mother catches her doodling several various cute boys, it leads to an emotional blow-up that somehow has the effect of transforming Mei into a giant red panda the next morning. It turns out this is part of a family lineage dating back to Sun Yi, the guardian of the red pandas, that has affected all the women in Mei Li's family. And unfortunately, the only way to possibly quell this new panda spirit is to perform a ritual about a month and a half later during a red moon. However, this coincides with a boy band concert that Mei Li wishes to attend. Added to that, though her connection to her friends Miriam, Abby, and Piria does seem to help quell this panda spirit temporarily, it seems that the foursome now want to exploit it in order to gain money to purchase tickets to said concert. However, each transformation makes the panda spirit even harder to keep inside, and eventually a whole lot more is going to start turning red. So yes, the sad, slow dismantling of Pixar apparently continues. This is the third Pixar movie to be shunted over to Disney+. I can understand Soul, that came out during the middle of the pandemic, and I can understand Luca to an extent because we weren't, that was early in the vaccination period, but yeah, this one kind of really doesn't make a lot of sense. It was slated for theaters. I believe it might still actually be coming out in theaters, but then suddenly, I know the Omicron variant happened, but it seemed kind of sudden that they just, it's weird that they announced this a couple months ago, and now, the Omicron variant is kind of dying down. So, yeah, this just feels a little weird. I know the Pixar people are really not happy that this is the third time this has happened, but anyway, the film itself it's really good. It's very enjoyable. It is definitely puberty metaphor, the movie. It's not, it's not even like a subtle metaphor. Like, the first time the transformation, it's the idea, like I said, Mei Li has grown up under her mother's toe, under the idea of you honor your parents. Her mother is very detail-oriented, striving and pushing her to be the best, pushing very hard. And again, now that she's turning 13 and starting to go through the changes, she's trying to press against it, but not without looking like she's being a bad kid. And unfortunately, there's kind of no way to do that sometimes. And then, as this hit happens, there's two things. There's this boy band called Four Town that Mei Li and Miriam and Abby and Piria all really like. And then subsequently, three of the four, except Mei Li, appear to have a crush on a boy named Devin who works at the local convenience store. And, he's the older boy, he's like 17 working there. And, Mei Li doesn't admit it at first, but then suddenly she just starts fixating on him and drawing him in this book during her homework session. And she starts drawing more and more pictures, and she kind of flips out and tries to hide it as her mother enters the room. And then she sees all of these pictures of Devin as a merman, which apparently she's got a fixation on that too. And she construes it to mean that Devin is somehow pressuring Mei Li into some type of romance. So she goes down to this convenience store and it shows him the pictures and, like I said, accuses him of this in front of Mei Li. And that's kind of what triggers the first transformation overnight, because she has a dream after that. What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. I hope that was entertaining. Anyway, that triggers the first transformation, and then Mei Li's mother sort of explains things, and the grandmother finds out about it because when it first happens and Mei Li is trying to hide, the mother assumes that Mei Li is having her first period. I'm sorry, the cat is just interjecting for some reason. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but anyway, is having her first period, and so she's buying all the feminine products and is rushing to meet her at the school to help her, which just causes further embarrassment, which causes a big public transformation. And after that happens, Mei-Li's friends still want to be with her and everything. They still care about her. And when she focuses on the group, that group dynamic, it actually does keep things in check long enough that she can keep it at bay. But then they hit the idea, hey, what if we merchandise this and we could make enough money to go see this boy band concert? And I'll try not to be so plot detailed, okay? And, from there, shenanigans ensue, and obviously other things happen. Namely, Mei-Li's grandmother calls and says, you're going to calls to assist the mother and brings various other female family members to assist in this ritual where they will banish the spirit into some type of trinket, either a medallion, a pendant, a bracelet, or something of that nature. Sorry, and it helps again keep it in check. But of course, and also the added prerogative of each time Mei-Li has to be careful because each time she does transform, it's going to be harder and harder to banish that spirit. So yeah, now she has that problem, and eventually it winds up resulting in some other things that blow up out of proportion, and stadiums get smashed. Let's just say that. Like I said, overall, it's really it is the type of thing where I could see if you're not in the type of things that 12-year-old girl or 13-year-old girls tend to be into. I could see where that might be a little bit of a turn-off, but I think it does a good job of handling the metaphor and doing everything. I mean, it's not subtle, but it does a good job of explaining it and showing the relationship and showing the dynamics and everything. And, reminding, even a male or someone who was assigned male at birth of that time period, of their lives when they were 13, 14. You're striving to be considered an adult, but you're still very much a kid. And, I like the fact that it was set in 2002 because, we don't have social media so much, or, phones that are taking we don't really have camera phones either, or Wi-Fi or anything like that. It's all, they're still burning CDs of the boy band. They're still collecting CDs. There's still magazines. So there's still like that sort of, there's the last vestiges of what you would call traditional media at play that seem to work very well at this too. So yeah, like I said, that work a lot better than, again, say if the Panda had wound up on YouTube, it would just be everywhere. Exactly. So it works in a way that this can work in obscurity long enough for the story to resolve itself and lead to more things. And like I said, I think it does a good job of balancing the family and understanding the pressures and everything, especially in a, I hesitate to stereotype here, but in an Asian, I believe she's Chinese, but in the family where that sort of thing is highly demanded of people, especially of women, I can see where, again, that sort of thing can really play very well. If I do have any real qualms with the story, I think it does drag a little bit towards the end. There's a really big, long scene where it's like, I wish it were a little bit tighter, but it still does a really good job of telling the story. That's why I'm going to give Turning Red an A. It more than deserves it. It's, like I said, very enjoyable, and not really not that many real weak points without being just nitpicky. So, yeah, it gets an A.
Look at that. They're tormenting us, Tom Tom. They're eating that delectable Panda Express Beijing beef right in front of us while we're stuck here with this bamboo.
Well, that is completely uncalled for. You people are lame.
You're lame.
I say we turn our backs and protest.
I'm with you, pal.
Introducing Panda's new Beijing beef. Crispy strips of marinated beef with a tangy sweet and spicy sauce. It just might be our tastiest dish yet, and it's only at Panda Express.
Talk to the backside, people.
Okay, so the next movie review is going to be X. That's the new sort of indie horror flick about a adult film set being attacked by something. I'll get to it when we get to that. And the next video is going to be the random trade review on Age of Bronze Volume 1. Then I believe the next one is probably going to be the review for the 2 nights of the NWA Crockett Cup, and the Crockett Cup Super Show, to be more precise. Then probably the next one after that is going to be the next random trade review. So WrestleMania week is coming up again, and I kind of intend to sort of take that off, for lack of a better term. Like, obviously I'll be doing videos centered to WrestleMania. I'll do the predictions video, I guess I'm going to do NXT Stand and Deliver, but they're basically doing this like as a double header day, because it's going to be NXT Stand and Deliver day 1 of WrestleMania and then day 2 of WrestleMania. So I don't know how I'll exactly try to do that, but maybe I will, maybe I don't know exactly. Like I said, there might be parts of that just get skipped, unfortunately. And also Morbius comes out that week, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I kind of want to take WrestleMania week off so I have more time to devote to that. After, not this upcoming episode of the Random Trade Review, but the one after that, we're going to take a 3-week break so I can get that done. So I have more time to dedicate to WrestleMania, and that way I can focus on, you get what I mean. So yeah, hopefully that made enough sense there. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember, you can help support my channel at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions, where you can help request a movie, even if it's something like, say, Sonic the Hedgehog or the next Purge film. I'll review it.